Do not deprive one another, except perhaps by agreement for a limited time, that you may devote yourselves to prayer. But then come together again, so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Great wisdom is contained in the words of the Apostle Paul. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Considering that many husbands abstain and have chaste and modest wives, but if they abstain excessively it becomes a cause for adultery, the Apostle Paul says. But because of the temptation to sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife, and loudly calls husbands and wives. Do not deprive one another, except perhaps by agreement for a limited time. You abstain, O wife, and you don't want to sleep with your husband, you don't want him to have you? In that case, he will leave the house and commit adultery, engage in adultery with another woman, and your unilateral abstention will be the cause of his sin. It is better for your husband to sleep with you than with an adulteress. Marital relations with you are not prohibited for him, but adultery with an adulteress is. If he sleeps with you, there is no guilt in that. But if he does so with an adulteress, you destroy your own body. For that reason, wife, you have a husband, and for that reason, O husband, you have a wife, so that you may preserve modesty. Do you wish to abstain? Convince, O wife, your husband of that, so that you may jointly acquire 2 crowns, the crown of modesty and the crown of agreement, so that your unilateral preservation of modesty does not lead to conflict. If you, wife, abstain unilaterally and as a result, your husband is inflamed with passion, and adultery is prohibited by the apostle, it means that you are forcing him to endure an inner storm of passions, and to suffer. Lessons for Every Day of the Year. By St. John Chrysostom.